Hi guys, welcome back. On this video, I need to talk about what to do when you're warning other people about the narcissist. You have to be really careful with this because there comes a time when you need to warn people about the truth of what's really going on. You should never backbite and you shouldn't gossip. That's the carefulness. So you shouldn't be saying something to warn other people that you would not tell the person themselves, that you have not already told that person and warned the person or the narcissist. But there does come a time where you need to warn or you need to explain your situation, like even to a judge when it comes to a custody battle situation. And I guess my point in this video is if it's not gossip and not backbiting and it is necessary for your defense and necessary for a community knowledge, like if you have, my example I always give, if you have a child molester or a thief, the community should be aware of that. And you closing your mouth about that could even be a crime or a sin. And so when it does come time, the thing that I want to share with people is when it does come time that you need to communicate about a narcissist, you need to be aware that calling someone a narcissist or any of these psychological terms may make you seem like you're just making things up or you're having a power grab or that you're making things up about a person or like you've maybe become mentally unstable or just name calling. So there's a way to do it sometimes that can be better, especially like if you're in front of a judge. They may not understand you saying, well, they're just a raging narcissist and they're always a psychopath, sociopath, narcissist, histrionic, bipolar. You start just naming labels and you may not be taken as seriously. So some suggestions I have for that, and feel free to share your own suggestion in the comments because this can be hard, is that you can come up with other terms that actually match the narcissist very closely that other people can identify with easier. Like if you're in front of a judge and you need to explain what the person is and how they are, instead of coming up with these labels, you probably need, with the help of your attorney, of course, you would need to say something more like they're irresponsible and they're not trustworthy, and then give very detailed examples of how they have behaved with the children. And so that would be like a route you would take there. But some things that you should do is give them names that actually match them closely, that other people can readily see, like immature, irresponsible, or even weird, sketchy, scary, shady, slacker, dreamer, glib, shallow. The lights are on, but no one's home. They're evil and they're cruel. And if you're like me, you can even add some biblical terms there because no one really uses biblical terms and they may look at you out the side of their eye. But if you're a praying person that is close to the Lord, they will probably listen and they'll probably realize that you do know what you're talking about and is a good reason why you said what you said. Some biblical terms that may match the person may be wicked, proud, foolish, deceitful, a false witness or a liar, an evildoer, a backbiter, greedy, heathen, brutish, a blasphemer, an oppressor, unfaithful, a hater of God, rebellious, unholy, unrighteous, drunkard, high-minded, slothful, a person that serves their own belly, riotous, idolater, fornicator, disobedient to parents. Because I don't mind using the biblical terms because that is the ultimate authority. You may trigger people by using those terms because they themselves do not want to actually acknowledge an authority. So beware of that in case you're not wanting to trigger someone that needs to hear just in that moment the warning. I don't mind triggering people with the Bible, but if you're just trying to warn them, just be careful the words you use, basically, is the point of this video. Be careful the words you use, and the fact that you could look like you're labeling or mentally unbalanced yourself just because you've done all this reading and studying and you know what you're dealing with. God has given you that. God has given you that you know what you're dealing with, and that's what you need to take care of now is what you're dealing with. But when it comes to warning others and explaining your situation, that would be my advice here is you have to be so careful with these people. I'm not saying to even confront them because that could be very dangerous also. Even if they call themselves a brother, be careful about confronting them because that could be dangerous. I have seen that before. But this is just some tips and advice on when you're having to actually discuss the person, what's going on, and explain your situation, how to do it in a calm and careful manner, and to not participate with the narcissist in making your own situation worse, because that is the battle here, is to dig your hole deeper. And there's so many ways that the narcissist tempts us to dig our hole deeper and deeper and deeper, while they appear to walk away and be free and appear to walk away and be happy. But I'm not buying it. That's one theme of my videos here, is I'm not buying the lie that they walk away free and happy and unscathed while they murder everyone around them. If you read the book of Psalms in the Bible, you'll see very quickly, the entire book, mostly the first part, is these people do not get away with anything. And sometimes it may appear that they get away with it for decades, but you don't see what's going on behind the scenes, and you don't see their end. You can predict their end from the Word of God very, very clearly, very confidently. But in my experience, not only is their end terrible, not only is their payback terrible, but usually what's going on behind the scenes is pretty bad too. And you may not find out about that until years later. You can see tips of the iceberg here or there of the truth of they're putting on a big show while they're crumbling on the inside. But that's the reality. And it's not to gloat in their misery and to gloat. It's just to have a sense of justice, that when someone is that evil, there is a balance in the world. God is just and fair and right. He doesn't just reward the evildoer while he curses and punishes the people who are really trying. That's not how that works, obviously. The devil, the Satan, however you want to say, the enemy of the soul that tries to set things up backward on earth, to turn people away from God and discourage people, wants you to believe that these evil doers will prosper and flourish while you suffer and pay, and that it's always just going to be that way and there's really no recompense. That is a lie. That is a straightforward lie. And trust me, I've lived through years of having that lie in my face. So, but every time at the end, it showed the truth out. The truth showed out at the end that they don't get away with anything. And I have faith in that. It's funny because even people who do not have a faith in God, they witness this happening so frequently that they have come up with a name for it, of karma. I don't use the word karma. I don't ascribe to that, because that is when you don't have God, you use words like that to explain what's going on around you. But even people who do not have a faith in the Word of God have noticed how things are balanced and things are taken care of. And one more little thing on there, like I say, not gloating, but just understanding that evil is not rewarded and having a confidence in that, is that what usually happens with these people is they harm so many people. They harm so many people in their life that by the time you could say justice comes to their life, it's so terrible that you wish you had never seen it. You just want to walk away from it and you feel kind of bad for them in the end, because by the time their justice comes, they're getting justice for hundreds of people that they've treated just like you, dozens of people. And so that's a common denominator I've seen with my own life and with other people, is not only do they not get away with it, but it is not well with them at all. And the more you can, the whole no contact idea, the more you can extricate yourself from everything evil that they did to you and walk forward in your truth, in your light with God, in the goodness of your life, the better, the more victory there is there. That's the truth. And don't beat yourself up if that's hard to do at first, but you will get there. You will walk with your hand in God's hand, and you will walk away from that. And I need to do a video on what I've been calling the retribution parabola, but it's probably needs to have another name, is that the further and further you get away from the evil, If you are with God, all the evil will do is train you to even be closer to God. And the further you get away, at first it looks like the narcissist has the upper hand, the sociopath is winning, and that's what they that's all they ever do is win, and you'll fail. It looks like that. And the further you get away from it, the more victory and the more peace and the more wholeness you have, not because of you, not because of your goodness, not because of things you did, but because of God and his goodness. The further you get away from it, the better off you will be. And you, as Psalm 91 says, you will see the wicked fall around beside you. The ones who try to do harm, they will fall at your side, but it won't touch you. But that won't even be your focus. You will be with God, and that's how it will end. But there is this principle that I've noticed of, at first it seems like they have the upper hand, they win, you're in the ditch. That's how it will always be. And the mistake, one of the fatal mistakes that the narcissist always makes is they go for speed rather than quality. And so they will harm someone, and to have the immediate so-called victory, they'll harm someone and they'll walk away with this tremendous victory. And that's when a lot of people suffer, like when they see the narcissist leave and carry on with a new supply, is they're like, this person is getting so much reward while I'm being deeply cursed and harmed. And it is a game of patience, but when you're not a narcissist, you do have patience on your side and you have truth on your side. And that's the difference, is it will take time, but there comes what I call a breakthrough point, where from that point forward, everything is in your favor and everything's on your side. And not for it to be all about you win, but the truth win. The truth deserves to win. And so for what short limited time that they so-called win and take the victory, it's not going to last. That's where they're short-sighted and they don't have truth. So they have a brief so-called victory, which is very cheap, shallow, and evil. But when that breakthrough point comes, from there to infinity, you win. From that point to infinity, the truth wins. And the narcissist does get shut down. Of course, they will go on from supply to supply, denying reality, but if you take a deeper look even at that situation, they are trapped into these cycles of seeking out the supply to run from truth. There's no peace there, there's no truth there, there's no real victory there, there's no winning there. And in the end of their life, what do they have? And in eternity, what do they have? So just be encouraged. Be encouraged with the truth, and be careful with your words. One of the things that they try to do in that very short time frame of winning, in that very short time frame of they supposedly won and crushed you and all of this foolishness, is it's not just the narcissist, it is the enemy of your soul. They want you in jail. They want you to do something stupid so that you will be in jail, in a psych ward, or in the grave. That's what the goal is. When you're hit this hard with evil, that's what you need to take away for the warning, is you're being hit with evil. They want to take you down. Every day that they have not tempted you into the jail, into the psych ward, or into the grave is a day that you've won. Keep your eye on that breakaway point. It will come. Keep your eye on God, because he will bring you to the breakaway point. He's the only way, really. Keep your eye on God, on your relationship with God and eternity, and who you really are, your identity in the Lord, the health and the wholeness of that. Because every day they haven't taken you down is every day that you're closer. You're closer to the truth and you're closer to your victory. So I hope this video helped. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not yet for more content. And until the next video, God bless you richly on your healing journey.